I've always been fascinated by how things are made, especially bridges. The Golden Gate Bridge, for example, used a safety net during construction that saved 19 workers' lives. They called themselves the Halfway to Hell Club. That story sums up bridge building. It's not just about steel and concrete, but about solving problems and protecting people. Bridges are everywhere, yet we rarely notice them. But imagine a world without them. Isolated communities, stalled commerce, and endless detours. They're the silent heroes of our civilization, connecting people and places. A bridge's purpose is simple: get you over an obstacle you can't easily cross. But their impact is huge, opening new areas for trade, providing lifelines in emergencies, and connecting families. Every bridge is a victory over a challenge, a testament to our drive to connect and explore. When I see a bridge, I see a story, a puzzle solved by smart, determined people. It's art and science, a functional sculpture that shapes our world. From ancient logs to today's cable-stayed wonders, building bridges is a fundamental part of being human. So you need a bridge. Where do you start? First, engineers pick the perfect location, studying maps, visiting sites, and considering how the bridge will connect to roads and communities. They analyze the ground, drilling for core samples and testing soil strength, especially if water is involved. Understanding the foundation is critical. Everything depends on it. Next comes design. Using advanced software, engineers create blueprints that balance forces like tension and compression. Imagine pulling a rubber band, tension, or squishing a spring, compression. A bridge must handle both, plus traffic and wind. The blueprints are incredibly detailed, specifying every material and measurement. These plans are the ultimate instruction manual, the result of thousands of hours of calculations and simulations. Precision is everything. A single mistake could be catastrophic. The design phase is where the bridge truly begins to take shape, long before construction starts. It's a blend of creativity, science, and meticulous planning. Every decision here sets the stage for a safe, lasting structure. Get this part right, and the rest can follow. Not all bridges are the same. Engineers choose the right type for each challenge. Beam bridges are the simplest, a horizontal beam supported at each end, perfect for short spans like overpasses. For wider gaps, arch bridges shine. The Romans mastered these. Arches channel weight outward and down, making them strong and durable. Suspension bridges like the Golden Gate use towers and cables to span huge distances. Towers handle compression, cables handle tension. Cable-stayed bridges look similar but use angled cables directly from towers to the deck, creating a striking fan-like pattern. Each design solves a unique problem. Span length, ground type, traffic, and budget all play a role. The choice isn't just about function, it's about aesthetics and the environment too. From simple beams to soaring cables, every bridge is a custom solution. The right design is the foundation for everything that follows. It's engineering creativity at its best. Before construction, there's a mountain of prep work. Engineers rigorously test materials, pulling steel apart, crushing concrete, to ensure strength and safety. Project managers create detailed schedules, breaking the build into thousands of tasks to keep everything on track. Permits and approvals are essential. Plans are reviewed for safety, environmental impact, and community fit. Logistics are a puzzle: how to deliver massive beams, manage river traffic, or build temporary roads. Sometimes, entire mixing plants are set up on site, or bridge sections are floated in by barge. This behind-the-scenes planning is the invisible scaffolding of the project. Without it, construction would be chaos. Only when every detail is set does the real building begin. With plans approved and materials ready, construction begins with the foundation, the most critical part. On land, this means digging deep for concrete footings. Over water, engineers build cofferdams, watertight boxes that create dry workspaces on riverbeds. Once foundations are set, supports go up. Piers for beam bridges, abutments for arches, and massive towers for suspension or cable-stayed bridges. Towers often rise using slip forming, a method where concrete is poured continuously as the form moves upward. Next comes connecting the supports. For suspension bridges, a pilot line is flown across, then used to pull heavier cables, which are spun from thousands of steel wires. For other bridges, cranes lift prefabricated sections into place, connecting them piece by piece. The bridge deck, the surface for cars and people, is built in sections and lifted into place. Engineers constantly monitor and adjust to balance forces as the deck is installed. Final touches, paving, railings, lights, and protective paint. After months or years, the bridge is ready for its first crossing. Every step is a blend of precision, teamwork, and daring. The result? A new path across the impossible. When the last bolt is tightened, a bridge becomes more than infrastructure. It's a landmark and a symbol. Think of the Golden Gate or Brooklyn Bridge. They define their cities and stand as monuments to human achievement. Bridges connect more than land. They unite people, foster trade, and open new opportunities. They transform isolated communities and remind us that connection makes us stronger. The story of bridges is the story of progress, from ancient logs to today's marvels of steel and concrete. Each new bridge builds on centuries of innovation and daring. Next time you cross a bridge, notice the cables, arches, and beams. Feel the forces at work beneath your feet. Remember the journey from idea to reality and the ingenuity behind it. You're not just crossing a gap, you're part of a legacy of connection and progress. And that, to me, is just about the coolest thing in the world.